Hi everyone, so today I wanted to do an unboxing video of the G903 Lightspeed wireless gaming mouse from Logitech. This is something I picked up on the Amazon Prime Day sale, and I've ummed and ahed over wireless gaming mice for years, and I finally decided to bite the bullet, so I'm going to unbox it and have a little play around with it and sort of do a brief review. The box is quite nice, as I would expect from any Logitech product, to be honest. Pop the lid off, if I can get it off. You'll have to excuse the fact that I have a plaster on my thumb. I lost a fight with a kitchen knife yesterday. Okay, so that's quite nice. The inside there, if you can see it on the camera, has a very nice indent, plastic molded indent to keep everything in place, and it's got a little strip of foam padding in there as well, just to stop the mouse being damaged in transit. Put that to one side. Get it to stay somewhere sensibly. There we go. And then the mouse itself, I assume, just pops out. Yeah. That's quite light, considering it's a wireless mouse. It must have a battery in it. Okay, let's just pop that off. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty nice. I assume this is where weights go. Come off? Yes, there we go. Well, that's quite snazzy. So it's got little magnets on it to hold it in place. So I wonder how many weights it has, because I'm used to having multiple weights from previous mice, but that one doesn't have lots of little slots. It just has one slot, so we'll have to have a look at that. And that'll be the on-off switch at the top there, I assume. See what else is in the box. So you've got the plastic molded bit on the bottom as well. Out of the way. Try and move that box further back. Logitech G sticker. Everything always has stickers these days. Or is it a transfer? I think it's just a sticker. Not really too interested in that, but I'm sure some people would like it. What's this? I'm not entirely sure. I think is the answer to that. Just thank you for playing with this. Okay. Important safety and warranty information. We can read that later. And this is, quick start guide. There we go. That's what we like to see. So, well, that's interesting. It advises you keep the sensor, I assume that's a wireless sensor, within 20 centimeters of the mouse at all times. Okay. And then, oh, that's interesting. It also advises if you're using a router, I assume that is, or a router, depending on your point of view. I think if you're using a router, then you can keep it within 2 meters, or greater. Oh no, it says greater than 2 meters. Oh, I see. It's to stop interference with the signal. I see. That makes sense. I thought for a minute you could connect it through that. Oh yes, and this is an ambidextrous mouse. So these buttons and this cap come off, and I assume in the box here there will be replacement ones. Yeah, it looks like it, looking at this little sheet here. On the other side is just the quick start guide, I think. Yeah, so I'm just turning it on, plugging it all in, all of that jazz. How to charge it. Now, I did see you can get a mouse mat from Logitech, which is a wireless charger for these devices, I believe. So that all connects together. You hook that up to your computer, and then it will charge the mouse as you're using it, I think. Nice threaded wire. Get that open there. Usual decent quality from Logitech. Nice braided cable, USB connection, and then that's for the mouse end, or I assume, looking at the pictures on the quick start guide, that'll be to connect to the sensor, or the Wi-Fi connector. Put that to one side for the moment and have a look at what else is in here. And we've got this cute little box. I seem to remember it always came with a box for weights and things, because my old mouse here was the same. Oh, okay. So there's the USB sensor, which I assume unplugs from there as well. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, so in here, if you can see, there is the cap for the opposite side, if you're left-handed, and the buttons for the opposite side, again, if you're left-handed. So that's quite a nice addition that you can switch those out if you need to. I quite like that. And there is just one weight in this. Quite a big weight. It is 10 grams. A 10 gram weight. I think the only sad thing there is you either have it as it is, which isn't too bad. It's fairly weighty, probably because of the battery, but much lighter than I expected. Or you can have it plus 10 grams. Let's pop that in and just see how that feels, because I'm not used to being so restricted. I used to have, I think in that mouse it has lots. I'll double check. From what I remember, it's been a long time since I've opened it, but I'm pretty sure it has a lot of little weights, so you can change the weight as you see fit. Okay, so that actually does add a lot of weight. Now that's interesting. Without that in, most of the weight feels like it's sort of center to front end, whereas once you put that in, it very much shifts the weight to the back end. I actually feel like that's less balanced. Just knocking it about there. That feels less balanced. Okay. Let's take that out again. I think I prefer it without at the moment, which is unusual for me. Previously, I've always wanted those in. And now I have the dilemma that I cannot get that out. Always have a small pair of scissors handy for such an eventuality. There we go. Pop that back in there for a minute. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think it's a little bit restrictive, only having one weight. Now, just for my own peace of mind while we're here, I'm just going to flip this over. On this one, there were multiple weights. Up to 5 weights. They all weighed 3.6 grams. Yeah, that fits. So that's your option there, was to have multiple and put them in the place you wanted to get it weighted right for your hand. That is a little bit restrictive then, that you only have the single weight on that. These are your buttons for adjusting the sensitivity, so up and down. Down, so right hand side is up, left hand side is down. And it's currently set to change colour gradually, which is very similar to my PC, although I don't think it links up with Aura Sync, though I may have to play around with that. It feels nice, it's a good weight in the hand. Moves around nicely on my new mousepad. Let's have a quick look underside there. Nice big pads on it as well. Yeah, I quite like that. It's much smoother on my new mousepad than my previous one. Now, one of the complaints that I read about this mouse was the middle mouse button. So people were saying that it was very loose. I'd say there's a little bit of wobble on it. Now, comparing that to my old mouse, that had a little bit of wobble as well. But what people were saying about this one was that it wasn't just a wobble, it was that when you press the middle mouse button, it was also pressing left on the mouse wheel. But that's going up and down without an issue for me. And I have to actively push it left or right to get it to click. So no, I don't seem to have that problem. I suppose that might just depend on what you get. I did see that the people who were talking about this had to get a couple of different ones before they got one that was working, but that seems odd for Logitech. The quality of their product is usually a bit better than that. Good click response on the buttons. Nice and fast, not having to press those too deeply or anything. Have a quick compare. Similar to my G502, very similar. I'd probably say you're pressing the button less to get the same response out of it though. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then forward and backward on the mouse keys, that's working fine. I'm quite impressed with that. And obviously you need to download the Logitech G Hub to be able to play around with the mouse. You can go through all the different options. You can do primary lighting, logo lighting. You can choose whether you want a cycle or fixed or breathing or screen sampler, audio visualizer. There's plenty of options there. You can choose the rate at which it's changing. You can choose the brightness. You can sync lighting zones, which makes me wonder. I think that's just syncs both of those on the mouse rather than anything else. But I can't see any option there that's sort of a link into Asus Aura or anything like that, which is fair enough, I suppose. Then you've got all your assignments for your buttons and things. And you can set up macros. And then you've got your sensitivity screen. You can choose all your different sensitivities. The top limit for this was apparently 16,000. And when I actually downloaded and installed this software, the limit is actually 25,600, which is quite a lot higher than I was expecting. I haven't set it that high because that seems ridiculous. I mean, 16,000 seems ridiculous, but pretty much standard software for Logitech or any mouse, I think. The mouse seems fine. I'll obviously need to use it for a little while to make sure it's stable. The battery life is claimed to be 140 hours, I think, when I picked it up on Amazon. How true that is, I don't know, especially with heavy use. I'm not convinced that it would last 140 hours. Maybe if you weren't doing anything with it, but if you're actually gaming and things, I feel like that's going to run out pretty quickly. And also, if you've got the lights on, then surely that's going to drain power as well. I will not charge it until it runs out, and I'll be able to judge reasonably well how many hours it's been running for from 100%. But the mouse feels like a good build quality. The buttons are nice. Absolutely no complaints there. I'd say the mouse feels pretty solid to me. I mean, other people might feel differently. There is that slight wiggle, but I would have said it's probably got the same wiggle as the G502. Feels nice in the hand, it's got a nice grip on it. I think it's a very nice idea to have an ambidextrous mouse. Would I recommend this to someone else? Yes, for its build quality and the fact it's Logitech and it'll last a while. If the battery lasts as long as it claims to, then that would be fantastic and definitely worth the money that I paid, which was $64.99 in the sale. Whether it's worth £89 is a different matter entirely, and that will come down to what you want to spend on it. It's a good quality mouse by the looks of it. I obviously haven't put it through its paces and used it for months on end, but from what I can see right out the box, I'm fairly impressed. Obviously, first impressions, I would probably give it 5 stars out of 5, but that may change slightly as the months go by. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful for anyone considering picking up this mouse. If you have any questions about the mouse, please leave them down below and I'll answer them if I can. Thank you again for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, please comment below, let me know why. I do appreciate the feedback. As always, I will pop an Amazon affiliate link for the product down below. That will provide a small percentage of the sale to the channel and help me continue to make more content. Obviously, if you do that, thank you very much. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching and have a great day.